You are standing in the shower, the warm water hitting your face. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a memory strikes. It is not a happy memory. It is a moment from last Tuesday. Your coworker made a sharp, passive-aggressive comment, and you just stood there. You laughed it off. You looked weak. Now, standing alone, your heart starts racing all over again. Your fists clench. You stare at the bathroom wall and loudly blurt out the perfect, devastating comeback. But the bathroom is empty. The audience is gone. You are just a person talking to tiles, suffocating under a heavy wave of frustration, thinking, why didn't I say that when it actually mattered? We have all been there. It happens while you're driving. It happens while you're waiting for the coffee to brew. Your mind suddenly drags you backward in time. It forces you to watch a horror movie of your own social failures. You might believe this happens because you lack confidence. You might think you're just socially awkward or weak. But psychology proves that you're completely wrong. This frustrating, agonizing loop is actually caused by a highly sophisticated, hidden mechanism inside your brain. Your late-night comebacks are not a sign of a flawed personality. They're proof of an active, protective mind. Today, we're going to dismantle the exact psychological gears that keep you trapped in this loop. If you're ready to finally stop punishing yourself for things you didn't say, let's look inside your brain. Think about the last time you ordered food at a busy restaurant. The waiter remembers your complex order perfectly. They know who gets the salad, who gets the steak, and who wanted no onions. But the moment the bill is paid, that entire memory vanishes from the waiter's head. Why? Because the task is done. In the 1920s, a brilliant psychologist named Zeigarnik noticed this exact behavior. She conducted a series of groundbreaking experiments and discovered a fundamental law of human nature. This is now known as the Zeigarnik effect. It states that our brains remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks vastly better than completed ones. Your brain hates a story without an ending. It craves closure. When you have a conversation that goes smoothly, your brain checks a box. It closes the mental tab. It deletes the cache. You never think about it again. But when someone catches you off guard, or when you freeze during an argument, that interaction is coded as an incomplete task. To your brain, that conversation is an open wound. It's a computer tab that refuses to close. So while you're trying to relax, your subconscious mind is working overtime. It stays awake, furiously trying to finish the script. It hands you the perfect witty comeback at 2 a.m. because it's desperately trying to close that open tab. It wants to give you the victory you missed. But here's where it gets really interesting. Your brain is trying to save you, but its timing is absolutely terrible. It delivers the perfect weapon only when the war is completely over. Why does this happen? It comes down to basic human biology. When you were actually inside that tense conversation, your body detected a threat. Your heart rate spiked, your adrenaline surged, you entered a state of survival. When your survival brain takes over, it steals energy from your logical brain. The prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for clever wit and fast thinking, completely shuts down. You cannot think of a brilliant comeback when your biology thinks you're fighting a tiger. You froze because your body was trying to protect you. It's only hours later, when you're safe in your shower or your bed, that your stress levels finally drop. Only then does your logical brain turn back on. You aren't foolish for thinking of the answer too late. You were simply a human being experiencing a normal biological lockdown. There's a precise term for this agonizing experience. 18th century French philosopher Denis Diderot found himself completely speechless during a grand dinner party after an argument. The moment he left the party, walked down the stairs, and stepped onto the street, the perfect counterargument hit him. He called this frustration l'esprit de l'escalier, which translates to staircase wit. It's the wit you find only after you've left the room. Today, the staircase is no longer just literal. Our modern staircases are the drive home from work, the walk to the subway, or the quiet moments before sleep. Let's look closely at how this trap operates in modern life. Imagine your boss critiques your work unfairly during a team presentation. Your throat tightens. You smile politely and say, "Okay, I understand." You walk away. 30 minutes later, while making tea in the break room, the perfect defense floods your mind. You feel a sudden surge of power, followed instantly by a crushing wave of shame. You begin to ruminate. Rumination is the psychological process of chewing on mental glass. You replay the scene, changing your words in your imagination, hoping it will somehow change the reality. But here's the massive cognitive illusion. Your brain tricks you into believing that replaying the event is a form of problem solving. It feels like you're working on a solution, but you aren't. There is no solution to a past event. Every single time you rerun that mental movie, your brain cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. It fires the exact same stress chemicals. You are essentially re-traumatizing yourself. You're choosing to let the person who hurt you once hurt you 1,000 more times in your head. The primary reason we let these moments ruin our peace is because we believe our mistakes are written in neon lights for the whole world to see. We fall victim to a powerful cognitive bias known as the spotlight effect. Psychologists Thomas Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky proved this through a famous experiment. They forced a student to wear a highly embarrassing, ridiculous t-shirt featuring a large picture of Barry Manilow. The student then had to walk into a room filled with their peers. Afterwards, the student was asked how many people noticed their embarrassing shirt. They were certain that at least half the room was staring and judging. The actual result? Only 23% of the people noticed. We live our lives as the main directors, writers, and stars of our own movies. Because we're focused entirely on ourselves, we assume everyone else is focused on us too. We imagine a giant spotlight is tracking our every stutter, our every awkward pause, and our every missed word. But here's the liberating truth. Everyone else is also the star of their own movie. They're too busy adjusting their spotlight to notice yours. That coworker who made the rude comment to you last week, they're not thinking about your awkward response. They're currently losing sleep over a completely different mistake they made to someone else 3 days ago. Your perceived failure is a massive world-ending event in your mind, but to the rest of the world, it was just a tiny forgotten background noise. The spotlight is an illusion you are creating yourself. But here's where it gets really interesting. The harder you try to smash that spotlight, the brighter it burns. In psychology, this is known as the ironic process theory. When you tell your brain, do not think about how stupid I looked, your brain must first search for the memory of looking stupid just to monitor if you're thinking about it. By trying to suppress the memory, you are giving it fuel. You are keeping the spotlight locked directly on your shame. How do we break this cycle? How do we stop the endless late-night theater? It requires a systematic shift in how you talk to yourself. You must learn to rewrite your internal script using 3 psychological tools. First, you must master the art of cognitive reframing. The very next time your brain starts playing a 2 a.m. replay, don't fight the memory, don't get angry. Instead, look at it with curiosity. Say to yourself, there's my brain trying to close an uncompleted tab again. Thank you for trying to protect me, but the event is over. The tab is closed. By naming the process, you strip away its emotional power. You transition from being the actor suffering in the movie to the director watching it from a safe distance. Second, apply the 5-year rule. When you're drowning in regret over something you should have said, pause and ask, will this specific interaction matter in 5 days? Will it matter in 5 months? Will it matter in 5 years? 99% of the conversations we obsess over won't matter in 5 months, let alone 5 years. If it won't matter then, don't give it your valuable energy now. Finally, trade your demand for perfection for self-compassion. The myth of the perfect person who always has the flawless, witty comeback is a lie created by Hollywood movies. In reality, healthy people freeze. Good people get caught off guard. You don't need to win every verbal battle to be a person worthy of deep respect. Forgive your past self for not having the perfect words. You did the best you could with the biological tools you had at that exact second. The next time you find yourself standing under the shower or lying in bed trapped in the loop of what you should have said, take a slow, deep breath. Drop your shoulders, let the words you never spoke dissolve into the past. You cannot change the script of yesterday, but you have complete power over the peace of your present moment. The conversation is over.
You survived it. It is finally time to let it go. What is one specific conversation your brain loves to replay over and over, and how will you use today's tools to finally close that mental tab? Let me know your story in the comments below. I read every single one of them. If this video helped you breathe a little easier today, please hit that subscribe button and join our Prism Mind community. Together, we explore the hidden depths of human psychology, helping you understand your mind so you can finally find your peace. Sleep well, protect your energy, and I'll see you in our next video.